Hello everyone on this wonderful thing we call YouTube. Welcome to a new edition of our channel, or a new series that we're trying. We're gonna call this The BRITTNI Show. Probably not. I don't think I'll get the sign off for that one. But anyway, the deal is we're gonna talk about some cool topics with a special guest who's not here yet. So I'd like you, please, to welcome Penny to the show. Penny, come on down. Yeah. Okay, I got it. So Penny, thank you so much for joining us on our YouTube channel.
Hi.
Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah,
Yes.
this is very exciting. Penny is actually relatively new to Aj&Smart. When did you start, Penny?
5 weeks ago.
Really?
Mhm.
So, I thought it had been a little bit longer.
It's been the best 5 weeks so far.
It does feel like Penny's been here for a lot longer, in all the right ways.
I am overly familiar with people.
Yeah. Yeah, we all have that problem, or a few of us do anyways. Kit? So, I'm just gonna jump right into our little topic that we're going to discuss, between the pineapple. It's a little weird that there's a pineapple, but we're gonna just roll with it. So here's the thing. Penny and I were having a little chat over lunch the other day. We were talking about like work culture, you know, and like relationships within an office dynamic. And Penny happened to drop the bomb that she gives the best feedback ever. You can totally walk, it's totally fine. Really. Okay. So, basically what I wanted to do is ask Penny about this process because I am very curious about giving very good, constructive feedback. Okay, so here's the thing. So also something that you guys probably know about us, and if you don't, now you will, is that we at Aj&Smart, we do a lot of design sprints. That's kind of our jam. That's what we do on a weekly basis. And the whole idea around the design sprint is really this like quick feedback loop, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So it's kind of a cool thing that we would be talking about this, but then we're kind of doing it in a more like internal relationship-based way. And so I'm really excited to learn, and Penny has a super structured process to teach us how to give great feedback.
So essentially it's called the situation behavior feedback model.
What a name!
Catchy.
Unbelievable.
It needs an
Super catchy.
acronym, but
Yeah.
it would be a boring acronym.
Yeah.
Essentially, like what this model tries to do is just give a bit of structure to this conversation so that you're not getting really personal about something that can be quite emotional, which is like giving people feedback.
Basically, like what we're talking about here is like a one-on-one feedback session.
Exactly.
With like, whether it be like a colleague or a manager or whatever.
Genau.
Okay, just making sure we're all on the same page here.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so let's go through like an example of how that would like really look.
Mm-hmm. So practically speaking, let's say Brittany and I were in a meeting yesterday and she interrupted me and I hated it and it made me
I do
feel
that
like,
all the time. Just like that.
See? So mean. So I would say, hey Brittany, remember in the meeting yesterday I felt like you kept interrupting me, and the impact of that was that I wasn't able to get my point across to the team, and therefore my ideas were kind of buried. And it's really important to sort of take a little bit of time to compose yourself, because often people can get really emotional and really like angry about something, but what we're really trying to achieve is this sort of idea that everybody is able to give feedback when it's necessary. So take a little bit of time, but not too much.
What would you say is like a good amount of time? Because I know for myself, we were talking about letting things like fester, and I can do that sometimes, you know, like if I don't say, then I can be thinking about it for days and I'm just like,
yeah, absolutely.
Anxiety.
Yeah, and I think that sort of emotional response does build if you leave it for too long.
Right.
So I'm a huge fan of giving really timely feedback, and this is what they say you should do as well.
Yeah.
So immediately if possible, but within 24 hours is ideal.
That's really interesting because I find we're a small agency, we're 20 people, right? But maybe because of that, we're busier and we're moving at a faster pace and everything's happening so quickly that it's actually really difficult to carve out these times to be like, okay, I want to give some actual feedback.
Yeah.
So I think it's really important. And with this structure, with this very specific process, I think that is so helpful and so powerful for that.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's the other thing, if you have a good culture of positive feedback as well, then the negative feedback might not hurt so much for some people. So
right.
A nice example is saying, Brittni, when you helped me do this video the other day, it really helped me to finish up my other work more quickly, and that was awesome.
Yeah.
So it's about making sure that you're doing both ends of the spectrum and making sure that you're really speaking to people's, the good stuff they do as well.
Yeah, see, that's really interesting because I didn't think about that at all. I literally was only in negative situations will I use this.
What advice would you give to someone trying out this system and they're scared? I think that's a very valid feeling, the first time you've done this.
That's a great question. I have no fear of confrontation, so it's really hard for me to empathize with that, but generally...
Well, I do.
Yeah.
I'm totally...
So I think you just have to think of it if you want to be happy at work, then your colleagues need to know how to make that happen. And whether it's sort of a behavioural issue or more of a organisational issue, then it's really important that people know what your expectations are and what is going to help you to make progress as an individual and your team to make progress as well. The thing I love about this process is that I have used it many times in the past. I just open up my notes on my computer and I write down the situation, I write down the behaviour, and I write down the impact. And I just feel like it unmuddles me. It putting it on paper and planning it out, it takes the fear away from that sort of confrontation, which can be really scary for some people.
I really want to try this and I'm really excited about it. So I'm wondering, I don't want to do it wrong. So what should I, are there really things that it's definitely don't do this while giving feedback? Because I'll probably already be doing that.
Yeah.
Whatever the thing is to avoid, I'll definitely be doing it. So please tell me.
Have a bit more confidence in yourself. I'm sure you'll be fine.
Number one, have confidence. All right.
Okay, so yes, absolutely. I'm a big believer that you should never use language that your parents would use. So don't say things like, I'm disappointed, or I expected better of you, or these kind of words kind of imply that you have an emotional investment in this particular person, and that's not what you want. You don't want to make this overly personal. What you're trying to do is help this person to push a little bit further forward professionally. And also, your expectations don't really have anything to do with anything. It's irrelevant information. The other thing is, I guess, just generally keep very focused. So the great thing about the situation benefit impact model, which is just so catchy, is that it really structures the feedback around one or two particular incidents, and it keeps it really focused on specific examples as opposed to, oh, I think you're always late, or I think you always do this, and I remember one time. You want to make sure that you're focusing on a specific example as opposed to throwing out, hundreds of different things you don't like about a person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm feeling pretty good about this. So thank you so much, Penny, for
No problem.
introducing us to this wonderful system. We'd love to, and just as a closer from our video together with Penny, I would like to say thank you to the YouTube people for watching. Also, if you liked this video, please give it a like. It's like really, I know it sounds desperate, but we just love it so much.
We are desperate.
We're a little desperate, it's true, yeah. And subscribe if you haven't already, and let us know what you think of this kind of style of video, like whether or not you'd like to see more on like our company culture and how our agency kind of works internally. We'll definitely deliver that if you're interested. And I would love to hear like the best feedback that you ever got as a professional. Let's keep it professional. I don't know, I just, keep things, just, all right, keep it professional. That's what I want to say. And thank you so much. Okay, bye.